make this a little quicker than usual, all right? I got a few things I got to handle. But let's talk about what's going on. Well, I have been, my life has been, threatened only about 16 times that I know of since yesterday. I went ahead and posted one of them into my Discord server. Just because I know people are going to call me a liar without any reasoning, without any logic, without any evidence, without any proof, or without any proof of past lies. They're still going to call me a liar, even though we have proof of them threatening people like this over and over and over and over and over again. Thousands of people to this point. They're still going to say I'm lying, so I went ahead and shared an example to Discord. And I went ahead and pinned a comment to the top of yesterday's video. How about you read that and you tell me if you think it's a threat or not? Also, what else did I got a few other things I've done, but the main thing to do here is actually talk about what happened yesterday, and in a general way, without giving attention to the clout chasers, the liars, the manipulators, the people out there that are trying to support her just because they put their eggs in her basket, doing the bad things for her and helping her with the bad things. They had an investment. Talked about this yesterday. They were invested in Molly's channel. They picked somebody with a big channel, and because that channel didn't have content of their own, didn't have any type of real thing that they did on the platform, Molly, and instead doxed and bullied people and harassed people and went after people and did all these crazy things. Molly was a very rare, larger channel because she would employ smaller channels to lie for her. She would employ people that didn't even have YouTube channels to do the worst of her dirty business. And the crazy thing is, she wasn't even scared to admit it or talk about it or to publicly post about it. And we've got Patreon posts from Molly. We've got Molly's narrative. We know what she's telling people. We know what really happened. We have hard evidence of it. I even have this that's been brought to my attention. I showed it on the roll-in here. So if you go to Google and you search for YouTube mass flagging, YouTube claims that they still make mistakes accidentally taking down videos. They claim they make mistakes, but they claim that mass flagging is not a factor in those mistakes. Unlike, now what that means, the thing that changed between previous YouTube and YouTube after this change is that, yes, you can mass flag somebody, but they won't automatically be taken down by the algorithm. Now, I didn't even know about this change to YouTube. I went to Reddit, and I actually didn't necessarily fully believe this at first. It makes sense. YouTube used to allow their algorithm, if there was a certain amount of reports, to take down a video or a channel. YouTube says they've taken that power away from the algorithm, and they now require a YouTube checker to go in and actually look. They say that those people do make mistakes, and you may have to appeal a decision or a strike, or you may have your channel terminated for a mistake. Though they claim, YouTube straight claims after late 2021, that means it's only been about a year, 4 months since they claim to have made this change, something like that, that mass flagging will not be a factor in channels being taken down after that date. Again, I'm just telling you what's brought to me. I'm telling you what YouTube is saying. And before I'll believe it, I have to look into it a little more. Why do I actually believe it? Because there is a YouTube liaison, and he's pretty well known for, if you're a creator who's been on the platform and you have more than like 20 or 30,000 subs, there's a YouTube liaison that a lot of us know about, and he puts it on his reputation that this change was implemented to YouTube. Then I thought back and said, you know, I haven't heard of anyone claiming to have been improperly mass flagged in a while. Again, I don't know. I'm not saying they fixed it, but it is interesting to hear that. Now, why do I bring that up? Why in the world would I bring that up? Because if you followed along since my last stream, you know that that is their excuse. You know that Defamation Laura, let's call her DM Laura, DM, Defamation, yeah, that works, DF Laura, DF's better. Defamation Laura immediately went live, lying her ass off, whining her ass off about how Molly was mass flagged by bullies. So again, she's just trying to defame anyone out there that she disagrees with. That's what she does. She's a horrible creator. She's just another one of these loudmouths that don't have any good commentary. They don't have any good take. They don't even have content, for God's sake. They just play a puppet to bigger YouTubers that they try to serve to get drip clout from. And she rushed to her stream to try to capitalize off of Molly's audience by attempting to, you know, get Molly's audience in there, even though they failed miserably to do so. And they were obviously just telling people that Molly was improperly banned. When people typed into the live chat that that wasn't true or that they were lying, those people got improperly banned. Ironic, isn't it? Because there is evidence to what happened to Molly. It's in my video from yesterday. I didn't mean for that to happen. You know, after all this time of me streaming about this whole mess since we started looking into the Tragedy Pimp space, most all of you know that we didn't think YouTube was going to step in and do anything about these people. We thought YouTube was broken. We thought that YouTube might even be changing their rules to start allowing people like Molly to do what they do, and Betty and JLR, allowing them to do what they do. And we were wrong. YouTube has stepped in. YouTube has, you know, started to look at their community. And even Molly herself admits that she's not going to be the only one that gets deleted. She says there's going to be a lot of her ilk that get deleted. I'm sure she means Molly and Betty and JLR and the rest of the Tragedy Pimps. Why would Molly think that? Especially if they're trying to tell people she was improperly taken down, right? Well, Molly herself doesn't even believe that she was improperly taken down because she hasn't appealed it. She says that she's not going to. Well, that would be pretty hard for her to do, considering it's likely she can't even appeal this with the amount of strikes that she has and with everything that's happened to her. I don't even know if she has the ability to appeal at this point. She may, though, but it does kind of strike me as a little bit funny to hear that from her. Let's go ahead and take a look at what she's posted to Patreon. So one of them says, I took my Facebook page down. It's nothing but annoying. She says, yes, I'm okay with some of you not wanting to go back to YouTube. I can't promise I'll be back. I'm not exactly in any hurry to appeal. Yeah, you're lying. You're not being honest about this whatsoever. She says, ever get bored? Go on strike. That's how you love me. She says, hi, everyone. Don't believe anything unless it comes directly from me, because you are trying to keep them in your echo chamber. You don't want them looking at the proof. You don't want them seeing the truth. Now, this is very telling. When a creator has to go out there, if they ever tell you, do not believe anything unless it comes from me, you have to be, that's a major red flag, right? Wouldn't she be saying, I know I'm right. I know I did nothing wrong. I don't care what you look at because the evidence will exonerate me. That's unless she's lying. That's unless she's just trying to convince people who give her money. Again, these people are united by only the fact that they give her money, and she's lying to them so that they will keep giving her money. You know, people get mad at me when I say that Molly's a scammer. How in the world could you believe anything but? You got somebody who's been stealing money from you for months. And there's all these people that are like, dude, come talk to me. I will prove to you that you're having your money stolen by this person, right? You go up to that person and you say, hey, I need to talk to you. Everyone in town is telling me you're stealing from me. And they say, don't believe any of them. Only believe me. Only believe what comes out of my mouth. Wouldn't that be a red flag? Doesn't that tell you that maybe you should look at the evidence? Because the truth exists outside of myself. It exists outside of Molly. The reality, I can't control. She can't control. We can't control the truth, right? We can lie about it to try to control your perception of it, which is the scam, right? You follow what a scam is? These people like Molly will try to convince you that a scam is when they reach into your pocket and take your money. No, even lying to someone to convince them to give you money is a scam. And this is how a scammer of the level of Molly gets to go as far as she goes, because she needs the people that give her the most money. Look at the amount of money she makes, okay? Look at what happened after the Letitia fundraiser blew up in her face. She went from making the majority of her money from super chats from a large group of people that were like viewership that floated by her channel and donated. Now her largest sum of money after the Letitia fraud raiser and the obvious doxing and lying she did and the scamming she did, the largest amount of money has been coming from an extremely small group of people that she manipulates and lies to so that they'll give her money. That's why she needed to make them think that her mother passed, what was it, a week before she actually did, right? Anyway, don't believe anything unless it comes from Molly. Molly is saying this. Yes, it is true. Both channels came down. She says it was from mass reporting. Hey, Molly, do you mind explaining how YouTube says that doesn't work anymore for the last over a year? Do you mind, any of your liars, any of your defamers, any of your slanderers, do you mind explaining how YouTube has come out to say that they have fixed that problem in their system? And again, whether you believe they fixed it or not, wouldn't you at least try to explain it? Because all you're doing is claiming something. You weren't mass flagged. You weren't. Why is it that you deleted the video of you showing the woman's license? How is it that you actually reconcile YouTube's own rules stating that you can't do what you did without losing your channel? So you're saying you got mass flagged and you broke the rules. You're not denying that you broke the rules in the most massive way possible, right? You're not denying that you broke the rules. You're just saying that a bunch of channels mass flagged you. But that's not what mass flagging is. Mass flagging is a manipulation of the algorithm to improperly bring a channel down. You have to remember, just like they'll dox somebody and say, I didn't dox somebody because they've changed the definition of doxing, they will claim that they have not gone down due to breaking YouTube's rules because mass flagging, they've changed the definition of mass flagging. She says it was many channels involved. Then why didn't you go down way before any of us talked about you? You've had people report you way more in the past when you were covering bigger topics than anything that could have possibly happened recently, just because of the sheer number of people that were involved while you were actively doxing people. Let's just pick the Letitia fundraiser. You had thousands of people filing reports on you back then when they watched you dox people that asked for refunds on your stream. So why is it that you didn't go down then if it was mass flagging? Could it have been that YouTube, when they saw your hate speech and struck you for it, could it be that they assigned a team to actually look at your channel? Well, that is what they do. That's why I warned you that you should follow the rules after you got lucky enough to only get 2 strikes from the hate speech scandal a week before your termination. You know, it's not hard for me to address this because the people that are lying for Molly have been fully exposed. In every situation where someone is lying, you will have both sides claiming that they're telling the truth and that the other side's lying. There's only one way to determine who is really telling the truth or who is really lying, and that's to look at the facts and evidence, which I encourage you to do. That's why I show them on my screen when I talk about this. I wonder why Molly is encouraging everyone not to look at the facts and evidence, but to just trust her. And you got to feel bad for the people that do trust her. Because again, she has made contact with these people. She communicates directly with them. She's built a personal relationship with these people, and she's abused the relationship by convincing them that they can't look at facts and evidence, that they only can listen to her words. It says it in her Patreon post. Back to it though here, real fast so we can get done with this. Ask my opinion. Many channels will follow as predicted. Many more will come down. You've never made this prediction. I made that prediction. I told you that that would happen. You know, you really do watch too much of me, Molly, when you start to misremember my content as your content. You've never said this. You've never said anything like this. I said that once you went down, which would take 6 to 8 months, maybe a year, due to your rampant doxing, and the fact that people were starting to properly tag team YouTube like they're supposed to when you were doing this stuff, I said that would happen. And I said that once your channel went down, it wouldn't be long until Betty, JLR, and the others would follow suit, which I will keep my prediction. I do believe that all of them are going to come down, not because of any other person than Molly, Betty, or JLR, or the person who runs the channel. What in the world did Queen Bee do to make your channel go away? What did I do? I told people not to report you. I told them to go to Team YouTube on Twitter, where there is no element of mass reporting. How are you going to square that I have told people consistently not to report you, not to let me influence them reporting you, and to make their mind up only solely based on terms of service and what they themselves are seeing, right? How do you square that away? You can't be including me into the list of people that mass reported you, or else what is it? How is it that I'm telling my audience things that would lead them to not do it, yet at the same time you are claiming that I am involved in mass reporting you? Do you see why it's good that you're gone? Do you see why? Because you are such a lying, disrespectful person that you know that lying to your audience is abusive to them. It's wrong. It's you manipulating them. It shows how much you disrespect them. You don't care about those people that give you money and follow you enough to literally just tell them the truth. Why does it even matter at this point? You get big-headed. When you're all cocky and when you have a specific kind of accent from a certain part of the United States, you'll go around bragging about how you dox everybody. You'll go around bragging about how you do everything that you do. But then when you start to feel the heat from your behavior, you try to blame other people because you're a coward. You're a coward just like JLR and Betty. It's why you threaten people, why you play these games. You know what I'm saying? My audio go out? Yeah, but fixed it. So she says, many will come down. It's one of those cut your nose to spite your face. I'm in absolute no rush, nor am I in a position to fight for them back. You're not, because you broke the rules to such an extreme degree that you also, we're going to go into the Airbnb situation in a minute because there's some big developments there, okay? I really need to rest. My only comment to them is be careful what you wish for. You got it. Now that you got it, see how they handle it. Again, Molly is such an overwhelming narcissist, right? Like, for some reason, we should just sit here and say nothing whatsoever while she doxes somebody and threatens somebody and tries to just do the most heinous things you can possibly do. We're not supposed to report that. But you know that if we didn't report it, people would go around telling us that we're being unfair with Molly. Well, Molly's doing it. Why can't you report it, right? It would affect our channels, the fact that we're willing to report on the tragedy pimps and what they're doing. But when Molly is out doxing, and when Molly is showing a person who she rented a room to, she takes a picture of their ID and shows it on their channel. We're not allowed to report on that, y'all. Right? You see what I'm saying? You got it. Watch how they handle it. I knew last week's timeout wasn't good enough. We didn't do this, Molly. You did this. What are you talking about? You did this. This is why you deleted the video right after you showed the woman's ID. Isn't this incredible? Watching a narcissist think that they're better than everybody else. They get a different set of rules that they have to follow than everybody else. Could you imagine if I had held up that woman's ID? What would they have said if I had done the same thing Molly did, and I am streaming the Airbnb I'm renting? I take a picture of a woman's ID and I hold it up to all of you. You know that all of them would instantly go live and talk about how I'm doxing this woman, I'm breaking the law, I'm breaking these rules, right? Right? You feel me there, right? Isn't it incredible to see the amount of mental gymnastics that she goes through to turn herself into a godlike figure? And then hopefully because of that, you'll understand why I did this thumbnail. Because for the last while, I've been using the Egyptian god Molly in the background of the tragedy pimps. And Molly is not a statue in those thumbnails. But after her channel's been taken down, her god, the god statues, the gods are now statues. The gods are now aging. The gods are now old. And they're, you see what I'm saying? It represents, it embodies the, whole thing about this situation. She's not a god. She's not better than anybody else. Her followers are tragedy simps. Exactly, Navy. Exactly. But I really want to know, what if Queen Bee had shown a woman's ID to spite that woman and to dox that woman? Don't you think Betty and JLR and Molly and Dolly would have just rushed to their channels and talked about it? For God's sakes. You know what I'm saying? It's just incredible to watch them treat themselves like gods, to make themselves be the most entitled people on the planet Earth. It's incredible. It's insane almost. It's insane almost. Double standard need not apply. Exactly. If her subs acted like a true friend, it wouldn't be so enabling. They wouldn't have excused or encouraged her behavior. She'd still have her channel. Just my opinion. Well, you're right. That's definitely true. Molly was reading the subscribers, egging her on against this woman that was renting her home. The subscribers injected the idea that this woman renting her home was sent by House of Williams. It came from her moderators. The people with wrenches in her chat convinced Molly that she had a spy in her house. That's a fact. That is factual. After that, the chat turned on the woman. It's almost like the chat then convinced themselves. They turned on the woman and started asking Molly to show her on camera. They asked Molly to leave her stream run so they could hear her talk in the woman's rented home. They then wanted her to push the camera over so that they could keep an eye on her. And Molly complied. Molly wasn't doing these things. She wasn't treating this woman this way in the beginning, but you could go and watch it unfold. We did it live, watched it unfold as it happened. So in order to assist anyone in watching the stream from yesterday, because it was a little long, I have went in and timestamped what I think is the most important parts of my stream from yesterday. And not to be boring with y'all, but I do want to show you what I did really quick here. Oh, wrong one. It's yesterday's video right here. Yesterday's video. So if you go in, you'll notice that I've added chapters. Now, you could go to the chapters by going down into the timestamps and clicking these, right? So we watch as Molly admits that she has taken a picture of this woman's ID. We watch as she goes live and shows the woman's ID to the world. We find the timestamp and take a screenshot so we can see with our own eyes after I censor the woman's ID that Molly actually did this extreme terms of service breaking action in front of 800 people on her stream. We tag Team YouTube to let them know that Molly just did this because that woman does not deserve to have Molly doing this to her. Molly is not better than that woman. That woman isn't some person that we deserve to hate. That we should go, anyone that's going around acting like Molly didn't deserve to be banned, number one, is not only agreeing with the hate speech rhetoric she was espousing, and it was extreme or I wouldn't be complaining about it, but also they are acting like Molly somehow deserved to trick a woman into taking a picture of her ID. And then something about Molly being a god and something about the woman not being as good as Molly, these people like Molly's buddies and the potato heads think that it's okay and that Molly should be allowed to do this shit. They literally said it on their streams. They started to make excuses, not only for Molly taking a picture of the woman's ID, but then her showing the ID on her screen. And this happened from every one of the hardcore simp Molly supporters. These people are out of their minds. They have complained in the past. They would play victim and try to get somebody out there in trouble if someone did this to them, as they should. Anyone would. It's stealing someone's ID. How do you steal somebody's ID, guys? How do you do it? You go and you first gain the details of their ID and then you save it. So Molly is performing a theft of this woman's driver's license and identity on screen, admitting to it. And not only that, her simps are saying that it's okay. I mean, these are the same people that want Katie Joy canceled for various reasons. They're the same people that want me canceled because I do a show and I talk about what they publicly do. They want everyone else canceled because they don't agree with them. Yet somehow they don't want Molly canceled because Molly is their god. They are worshiping her. Thus, the thumbnail. But let's take a look at the moment that I find out that Molly's been banned, because these fools want to act like we didn't record every second of what happened yesterday. I'm glad they're defaming me, because I told you I'm not joking about QT Laura being added to the lawsuit with LB and Molly. I'm not joking about it. And I've got another direct example of her having the 100% proof in front of her face and her choosing to lie on me and defame me for whatever reason, so that she can support Molly. So I'm glad, but take a look. And they go in and they send threats from sock accounts. They threaten you. They say disgusting things. They try to bring up family members or old addresses or something to try to make you nervous that they're going to do something to you. And it's hopefully to get you to run away, not sue them, not file to YouTube for the terms of service violations, because terms of service violations, when they come from the victim, are much more powerful than ones that come from witnesses, other people. And that's why they do all of this for that reason. Molly thinks she's entitled to hurt others. Exactly. Breaking news, MGL's channel might be down. People can't find them. Please confirm. I will try, but don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Uh-oh. What in the hell? I am shocked. I had to take my headphones off so that I didn't throw them. Okay? They can't afford to be thrown again. They barely work. So anyway, if you want to watch the entire reaction, because it's pretty good, I've timestamped everything into chapters for you. I didn't timestamp after this because basically it's all the same. We kind of slow down. We kind of, you know, make the decision to stay streaming for a couple hours or at least another couple hours or something, or hour or so, hour and a half. And we go ahead and just kind of look around and see what's going on. We wait to see if they come back up. We wait to see if there's something else that happens, right? Now, the other timestamps are there. You might need to actually click through the timestamps, but the point of me doing this is so that you all can see with your own eyes that Molly did this to herself. I will let the potato heads and Laura and all these other people lie their asses off for a few days. I hope they decide just to lie and lie and lie and lie. Every lie they tell is more content. It's something else that I can grab and put into an upload. Because tomorrow, I've got my ultrasound in the morning for my a couple of my internal organs to see why I'm having back pain. But my back pain's feeling a lot better, as you know. So that's good. But after that, I'm going to be going into video editing. Now, it doesn't mean I won't stream. I will be streaming, but the streams are going to be shorter and more to the point and faster. Not all of them, but on days when I'm putting a lot of time into video editing, because that's what I need to do now. With all of this happening, this is the finale now of the Dre and Marvon situation involving YouTube. This is the finale of one of the major tragedy pimp arcs of the story. There's a lot of other things that have closed off, and I have to get these videos up so that we have the history of what happened saved at the best time for me to make the video, which is now, okay? Though, for anyone out there who wants to keep actively lying that Molly didn't do this to herself, that Molly was mass flagged when she wasn't, that Molly didn't. There are people out there even saying she didn't show this woman's ID, this driver's license. There are people out there saying that she didn't bully the woman with her audience, that she didn't spy on this woman in the woman's own home using YouTube. There are people out there claiming this right now because they're used to the fact that Molly has a channel. They're used to the fact that Molly is able to go to her channel and manipulate people from her throne, right? So they go and they start bowing down and worshiping her lies and helping her spread her lies because they're used to her going on to YouTube on her channel in front of the biggest audience out of all of them and helping to manipulate, helping to set the narratives. And they're going to be in for a big surprise at how drastically things are going to change now that Molly doesn't have the channel to do this on. Molly doesn't have, they aren't going to have a big YouTuber who has a personal interaction with the majority of the high tier donators that they themselves have also been enjoying, because Molly does share the wealth with that internal gate-kept echo chambered group that work for her until they get mad and fight with her, and then they stop sharing the wealth with them. But anyway, so in the end, they believe that things are going to be the same. But I'm telling you, they're in for a rude awakening, because I've been through this a million times. I know what's going to happen as Molly can't get up on her channel and work her lies on the public, on the group of people, right? Molly also is playing with fire because everybody knows that her Patreon is next. And I'll tell you why. It's next because Patreon does not allow the people on their platform to do what Molly did. They don't allow it. Okay? And because Molly has many, many victims. of her doxing, of her threats, of her harassment. She's stolen money from people. Those people realize, wait, this woman lied to me to get a large sum of money from me, and they want to get their money back. Molly promises them that she will give refunds and then doesn't. We've seen this over and over. And people think that these people don't file the reports. They think that we have filed the reports or something. But the people that file the reports on Molly, Molly is getting what she sowed, is what it is. She has all these people that Molly has screwed over, which are up into the thousands. The people that she has cyber stalked and doxed and went after and lied on, and she sicked her simps upon them. They are the ones that are writing in to Patreon and YouTube and Team YouTube. They're the ones that are heading getting the truth to these networks. Molly is shocked that the majority of people that she has screwed over aren't okay with her doing this to another person. She can't believe it. She cannot fathom it. She's been calling me a snitch. She doesn't even know what the word snitch means or what it means among thieves or among criminals to snitch on each other. You know? They're using this concept, snitches get stitches, to send their threats to us, right? And the thing is, I'm not a snitch. I don't do what Molly does. I'm not in Molly's group of people, right? That only applies. Snitches get stitches applies because both people are breaking the law in either a same way or a similar way. And one of those people saves their skin by going and snitching on the other person. And then that person says, mother effer, you deserve to be in jail right next to me, but you sold everybody out so you couldn't have to pay your price. So we're going to give you your karma. That's the concept of snitches get stitches. This woman doesn't even understand this. These people are the ultimate definition of fakers. They have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no clue what being a YouTuber is or making content is. They have no idea what it is to do an actual live stream. They're just faking it as they go. And that goes not just for Molly, but people like Charlotte on the web and Laura and the potato heads. They're all the same as Molly. They all don't understand YouTube. They all don't understand live streaming and content creation. They all are up there trying to mimic what someone else does. And they go and look and say, what would be popular for me to do? Because I want to make some of that cheddar cheese on YouTube. And again, I'm not saying that everybody that does this is a bad person, because most people, when they start on the platform, they don't know what to do, and they kind of do what they're expecting people want to see them do. They don't do their own thing. They don't just get up there and do their own content. They try to mimic something else that they think will be popular. The thing is, the people that follow Molly and these people out there who are in her little group of creators, and even Betty and JLR, it's why they look so ridiculous faking being reporters and YouTubers. And it goes all the way down to the potato heads and to the other creators that have been simping for Molly the whole time. They looked at it like, we're going to get in with the big creator. We're not going to tell the truth. We're not going to actually criticize everybody fairly. We're going to criticize certain people, and we're going to let other people off the hook in our criticism to create a power imbalance. And we're going to sell that power imbalance to Molly Golightly. We're going to tell her, we'll give you the benefits of the power imbalance so that way we can help you with furthering yourself as long as you return the favor, right? And by doing that, they expect to get paid. They expect Molly to call on them and take care of them and shout them out and to give their names to her patrons and subs. And with Molly not being able to do that anymore, like I told you, they are scrambling real quick to try to scoop Molly's subs up. We watched this happen from the minute she was banned up until right before I went live. All the people that were simping for Molly are now trying to just blindly lie for Molly, and they're doing everything they can to try to appease Molly's displaced subs. You know Molly is sitting there looking at them like, you motherfuckers. You know? I'm supposed to be the queen. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. You guys are the ones with the small channels, and now you're trying to scoop my subs like I did to Dre. Now you're trying to scoop my subs like when I clickbait. You're going to scoop my subs like when I lie to them to get them to click in and come in when I do a fraud raiser. Oh, you think you're going to be Molly Golightly now, huh? Yeah, Molly. They planned on doing this the whole time. I wouldn't be shocked and surprised if your potato heads and those other YouTubers that simp for you weren't filing more reports than anyone else across the board. Because I didn't file a single report on your ass. I tag team YouTube, which is not a report. It's a fair way to do it. It's letting a team of people know that YouTube needs to look at something. It's not snitching. It's not doing something wrong to you. It's me looking at what you're doing to that poor woman and saying, I'm going to try to help the woman so that she isn't viciously targeted and harassed, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you, Tina. Appreciate you. So let me see what you guys are saying. I want to know what you think. I just wanted to do a quick little update today. I got a whole bunch of stuff I could show you. I don't even think I'm going to be honest. Uh-oh. YouTube says videos will not automatically get removed for being flagged too many times. YouTube does not automatically remove videos or penalize channels for receiving a certain number of flags. All content goes through the same review process. Matt, the creator liaison, Matt, spoke with the company's trust safety team to get the facts on what happens that are repeatedly flagged. Flagging refers to reporting a video. When people watch YouTube videos, one of the things they can do is flag by clicking the three-dot menu. Users selecting are asked to indicate the reason they're reporting the video. It's all anonymous, and any video that gets flagged gets looked at for violations. Flags do not impact the outcome of a video's policy assessment. If a video gets 1 flag or 1,000 flags, it still goes through the same review process. It's possible that a video with 1,000 flags will be scrutinized more than a video with a few flags, but it will nevertheless get assessed by YouTube's content review team. If there is no system in place on YouTube that will cause a video to get taken down for being reported X number of times. So again, this all changed according to these articles are in late 2021. YouTube took steps to hire more moderators, and they have taken steps to eliminate the process of mass flagging because it was happening too much. Now, again, I'm just telling you what everyone's throwing at me right now. I'm really gonna go talk to other creators before I believe that. Now, I do look back in my head, and I have to admit, it does seem like there were a lot of complaints in 2020 and before about mass flagging. And it seems like 2021 and after, a lot of those complaints went away. So I don't know, though. Again, though, that doesn't mean that the moderation team, according to these articles, can't make mistakes. You feel me? The moderation team can make mistakes. That's why you can appeal strikes. It's why you can argue that you didn't break the rules or something, right? You feel me? So I do think it's funny. What do you think that the potato heads are going to say when they realize that these articles exist after late 2021? Because everything that comes out of their mouth is a pre-programmed, practiced response to them trying to lie to everybody. They've already lied and done the same scam 1,000 times. So they're just using the same response, the same kind of cherry-picked, processed kind of thing. If it worked before, they're going to reuse it, and I can't believe I haven't even shared my links in this stream. Let me pin that to the top. I guess I forgot, didn't I? So let's see what else I got in the room here. So, y'all, didn't Molly go on Cutie Laura's channel last night after she was banned? Because that's not allowed. Cutie Laura is not allowed to host Molly, just like I can't host Alex Jones right now. or certain other people. Alex Jones, you might be able to host because enough time has passed. Like, I think you can host Molly in a few years or something. There's an amount of time. How is her video not down? Has nobody tag team YouTube and let them know? People need to be tagging Team YouTube about Molly being on Cutie Laura's panel, because Laura knows as a partner she's not allowed to do that. See, Laura doesn't even follow the rules of YouTube. She's got a lot of nerve sitting up there talking shit about me last night, lying about me, when she's sitting there breaking YouTube's rules blatantly in front of everybody. They're just pushing it as far as they can. Yeah, she's got to sell those candles. She got to sell those damn candles. You got to make some kind of money out of this. She expected Molly was going to make her money for the next couple years. You know, she invested into Molly. She lied a lot for her, defamed a lot for her, supported a lot of really, really evil behavior from Molly, and then went and lied about it to try to get Molly out of trouble a million times. You know, she's put a lot of dedication into simping for Molly. So she probably does feel like she needs to, probably called Molly up and said, hey, get on my show right now, get me some money, because you ain't gonna be able to make me shit here in about a month. You're gonna be irrelevant in like a week. So you need to get up here and try to make me some money while people are still listening to you. All your subs are gonna find out the truth here in the next few weeks, and you're not gonna have any power over them. You can't keep them inundated with your lies now. Come on, Molly, you gotta hook me up. Molly cannot go on panels. Molly cannot make another channel. She can't appear on her other channels. And if you want to read about this, you can go look up YouTube's rules on ban evasion under the Google support. She is a YouTube partner, but acts like she has to follow no rules. She acts like this is the Wild West or something, right? And I watch channels get banned constantly because the review team messes up and people are penalized. They lose tens of thousands of dollars of revenue that their family depends on because of a mistake somebody makes at YouTube. And then people like Molly go out and break the rules constantly. They attribute to these other people that aren't doing anything wrong. People that are breaking the rules like Laura and Molly and the potato heads and them and lying for people like Molly are the ones that are making the review process so hard for reviewers, so that they do make a lot of mistakes because they're inundated and they're constantly busy and they don't have time to sit and really think about things. They have to work fast because of the amount of lying, false reports, and people that are breaking the rules out there. It's just a fact. It is just a fact. You'd have to go look for it. I'm not telling you, but someone in the chat could. The JLR felon ran client background for Airbnb. We got that one from Lippy. We've got, oh, Heels. Let's see what Heels did here. Heels did a video. I want to know because it's new. I haven't watched it. Oh, this is the Cutie Laura panel. So after Laura spent hours counseling Molly's subs...
I am lied about all the time. Listen, people have an interest in me, okay? And my life. That includes you. You know a lot.
Molly says she was lied about all the time. What? When? Who? Who's lying about you? Who is out there lying about you? I know that the channels that I hang out with, all of them put your clip on the screen and show exactly what you did so that they can't lie about you. Why don't you ever call out the people that lie about you? Like, if you stopped lying about us and instead called out the people that are out there lying about you, you might be able to stop them. If you let me know who was lying about you, I would call them out. But you never try to, you never do any YouTube work. You never do anything to actually verify or prove anything. You just lie your ass off constantly. With being such a pathological liar, how are we supposed to believe that people are lying about you constantly? Are you serious now? Have you never spent a day in the real world? Laura, Molly, have you never spent a day in the real world? Have you been pampered your whole damn lives? Because you are acting like the most entitled little 4-year-olds that exist right now. You're right, Enchanted. Molly should be counting her blessings that she still has a Patreon. Instead, she's out there trying to still... She does this so that she can get us harassment sent towards us. That's just factual. She does this to send harassment towards us, the people that have been talking about this. You want to sit and talk about how you're lied about all the time. I know one thing, I have never lied about your ass, but you lie about me constantly.
Not about, because I've got, yeah, because you're interested. You're very
drama. Thank God it's not me, man.
Yeah, thank God it's not you. Well, guess what? I listen, I like the attention. I like the money. I like what's going on. Therefore, I keep going.
Shut up. You doxed the woman in your Airbnb. You took a woman that was renting a room in your home. You are a landlord. She is your tenant. And you took a picture of her license against her permission after asking to see her license so you could check it, abusing the landlord relationship with her, and went and showed it on your stream and got banned for it. And you think you can get up on this degenerate woman's panel and lie your ass off just because she's willing to let you ban evade on her channel and break the rules too? Hold on, I don't want to play this because I could get copy claimed.
Can I grieve? Can I get
Yes.
to the air with you?
Yes, it's perfectly fine if you grieve. I left you alone so you could grieve, and I didn't start talking about you again until you did this to this woman. I gave you as much time as you wanted to take to grieve. I let you come back and talk about your wife swap episode without bringing you up. I let you come back and attack some other woman, and I didn't bring you up. I let you get in an argument with another Airbnb patron of yours where you claimed he gave you a bad review and shit without bringing you up, and only when you took a picture of this woman's driver's license and showed it on your and did everything you did I bring you up. Because we were showing your Twitter streams, or the Twitter videos that were uploaded of your stream, where you were talking about taking a picture of this woman's driver's license. You were admitting to everything you did. And that's what we were showing when you went live and doxed the woman's license. That is recorded in yesterday's video. And I get why Laura hates me so much. Laura was employed by Molly, along with the potato heads, to go out and make people think that Molly was mass flagged. They're really mad at me right now because I've got a step-by-step stream showing exactly why Molly lost her channel, and it had nothing to do with being mass flagged. I said this yesterday, PewDiePie would lose his channel if he did what she did. Well, let me elaborate a little further. PewDiePie is in Japan. He has to go into his footage and blur out everybody's personal information if he even records a license plate, because the license plate is personal information of the person that drives that vehicle, and he can get in trouble for showing it. He has to blur it. Don't believe me? Go check his streams. I just watched his last video. I just saw that this is true, right? And if PewDiePie was renting out his home as an Airbnb and did the same thing you did, he would have been banned in real time just as fast as you were.
I moved to Kenya. Since I moved to Earth, I don't have friends. I don't have the same life anymore, okay? My friends.
What does this have to do with what you did? Why can't Laura interrupt you and say, can you talk about what you did to this innocent woman who was a tenant in your home renting a room. She had the right of privacy. You violated the law when you took a picture of her license. You violated the law when you showed it on live stream. You violated the law by broadcasting a microphone and camera in her living space that she rented out and put her on the screen and put her audio of her voice. When she had asked you not to do it, she had said she didn't want to be recorded on YouTube. She didn't want to be on YouTube. And just because your chat was goading you, you did it. You can't take responsibility for anything. And Laura can't be honest even for 2 seconds.
Friends that I've made are now the people that I've made online, okay? I have a comfort zone, and that with you,
you're lying, because you don't treat them like your friends. Every single person that you've met online, you could have someone giving you $500 for Letitia's fundraiser, and just because they've realized Letitia lied to them and has a criminal record involving monetary theft, they decide to ask for their money back when you promised them refunds, and you dox them, attack them, and you put their home as a thumbnail on your video and talk about how disgusting of a person they are. You didn't mind that when they were paying you every month. You didn't care what their home looked like when they paid you every month. You didn't care about the details of how they are in their life when they were paying you money on Patreon. The minute they wanted a refund, though, you threw them under the bus. That's not a friend. That's an enemy. That's a bully. That's a harasser. That's an abuser.
And I've acclimated my life towards that and around that. And I find it to be a comfort zone.
You should have been talking this garbage months ago. I can't believe that Laura put her whole channel in jeopardy just to let you sit up here and whine about how YouTube is your comfort zone and you have no friends except on YouTube. Let me tell you a little secret, Molly. You don't have any friends. There is a power dynamic involving the people that you deal with on Patreon that come from your channel. It's not because they're viewers of yours. You could be friends with them if you treated them like people. You don't treat them like people. You make it seem as if you're a celebrity, and you make it seem as if they are plebs. They are just civilians. They're just these lowly people that get a chance through their money they give you to interact with this celebrity. That's not a friendship.
You might not understand that, but I understand it.
You don't understand shit. You wouldn't have manipulated them, lied to them, abused them. You wouldn't have done any of those things if they were your friends or if that was comfortable.
My husband, okay, my husband's sitting right here, my dog's sitting. I'm thinking that you must be living a very mundane life. I have a beautiful...
I just want to say that she must be better than Jesus, because even Jesus had enemies.
Oh, it's wallpaper. Yeah. Wallpapers up here. Wallpapers up here. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I'm glad you're making your own following. That is all I...
What in the world? What is this garbage, y'all? What in the world is this?
To bring up. It doesn't matter. I don't care. The only reason I brought it up is because you came up and said that I was a nobody. You didn't know who I was, and I said
all you have to do.
So Molly's better than Jesus, huh?
Is not watch her. That's it. Done. Just don't watch her, and you don't have to worry about her.
Well, why didn't you take that advice about me? You played me on your show last night. I thought if you didn't like somebody, you're not supposed to watch them. I thought you're not supposed to look at them if you don't like them. Why don't you have that advice for Molly when she talked about Dre for all those months, lying about her and playing deceptively edited, clipped down videos to try to turn people against her, lying about Marvon, doxing Dre, all the things she did? Why didn't you have that advice for Molly when she's talked about any of her cases?
Kid, her family.
You're just a hypocrite. Are you not smart enough to understand how much of a hypocrite you are? Or are you just so dishonest that you don't mind appearing to be this much of a hypocrite?
Her anything. Just don't watch her. Don't watch. I don't watch clip channels about Betty.
Trust me, I am wearing on their last nerve.
Says the alcoholic. Betty, nobody cares about you. Why?
Yeah, you are such a liar, Laura. You are such a complete and utter liar. You fit with Molly perfectly. Are you trying to lose your channel too by having Molly on there? Is that what you're doing so that you can, you know, get along with your friend a little better?
Why don't you get this? Nobody gives a shit about you.
Yeah, Laura, take your own advice. Really, seriously.
You seem to think all these people are scared of you. I don't like someone, you're not going to see me watch. If I don't want to watch.
Oh, so you love me because you've been watching me, Laura. You're just dishonest, man. Everybody, Molly attracts pathological liars. I don't even want to watch any more of this. Is there any... What am I doing? My mouse go out now? Looks like it. Hold on. Come on. Is there anything else in this video that I need to look at? Anything else I need to see, y'all? Or can I close this garbage? Come on, bro. My mouse is plugged in. What did it do? Go out? Well, this sucks. See if I can get this to play music for me. To get it to the play button here. Wait. Hey, there we go. Got some music until I can figure out what's going on with my mouse, I guess. Elle had a stream the other day about UNIROCK after Uni proved he was a veteran. She claims UNIROCK is cyberbullying. You've got to be kidding me. No, I am suing you, LB. You are the one who cyberbullied me and then lied about my veteran status. And you are going to, me and you can handle it in court because you owe me some money because of what you did and you know it. You know it. I'm just being real with you. It'll probably take a couple months for me to get everything together, but it's happening. Alrighty. That doesn't work. Nothing will. Got her. Okay. All right. Oh, I got her, Amanda. I got it. I had to get my mouse to unlock there, but I got her. Hey, Ginger. Good to see you. Out of the approximately 180,000 paid, and according to Letitia, she only received 100,000, so where's the rest of the money? Still no answer from them. It's because they are dishonest. They're not real. If it hasn't been shown to you through this long coverage of what I call days of our live streams, because it's their little fake soap opera that they write. Everything about LB, Leslie Bass, Molly, Laura, Tata Head, they are here to lie to you. They don't live the life that they make you think they live. Okay? The things they say about themselves are not real. Things that they say about their lives are not real. The things they say about other YouTubers are not real. The only thing you can believe is when you can see what happened. And I get it. You go and find a YouTuber that does real anything, it's going to be a very long, drawn out process for them to be able to get you real content. This whole thing since the beginning of the Letitia fundraiser to now that we've been covering, you have to daily go through and collect what has happened, and you have to put it into archives so that you can actually make content from it. These live streams, they're drawn out, they're longer, and the only way that we can get the content down to where we can actually make videos to show what's going on is through extensive monitoring of the public space. And we don't breach their privacy to go behind the scenes and do things like they do. They guard their secrets with doxing and harassment because they have to. They would never choose to break TOS so hard for so long if they didn't have to be able to secure their money. And if this hasn't woken everyone up to when you discover a YouTuber, you need to look at what they're bringing you and understand that if they're going to gain from it, you really need to fact check every single thing you see. You need to fact check every tiny detail of it before you believe anything. Because the entire true crime space, look at 10 to Life. Look at these bigger creators. People find them and they think, oh, she's got 500,000 subs because she tells the truth. No. It's because she doesn't tell the truth. It wouldn't take her a few hours to look up the story and put her video together if she was telling the truth. And they do cherry pick the things that you'll be interested in to put together. And if you've ever watched a real documentary on YouTube, much of it isn't super exciting. Like if you want an example, go to the Chris Chan documentary. This man has 73 parts to the Chris Chan documentary. 73 parts. And when you watch his documentaries, there's a lot of mundane information in it. There's a lot of not exciting information. Now, there are extremely exciting parts of it. There are parts of it that are extremely insane that these things happened and how they unfolded. And it makes all of the parts of the story that aren't super exciting make those exciting parts so much more worthwhile, right? It's a complete lie to think that every day you're going to be able to take something that's going on out there and be able to just show you the craziest stuff that's ever happened involving that same story every day. It's just a complete lie. There must be, in order for exceptional things to happen, the normal must exist the majority of the time. And this is why when you go to somebody like Betty, you go to somebody like JLR, Dolly Vision, Molly, this is why they do what they do. They try to normalize to people that we shouldn't have a reverence for people that have gone through tragedies. We shouldn't treat them with a respect. We shouldn't actually try to tell the truth and have a higher standard in those kind of stories because of the fact that we are talking about life-changing events that truly did happen. And they want you to be normalized to the fact that they're going to inject drama into that. They're going to inject backstabbing, betrayal, attacks and doxing and craziness and put you in the story because you're helping JLR, you're helping Molly go find this person and dox that person. And that gives you an important place to be in so that they can milk you. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. I'm tired of this. Molly is boring. She's irrelevant. Laura is boring and irrelevant. They've been irrelevant for a while. Thank God Molly cannot. Thank God that Molly cannot go to her channel and do what she did to this woman again. And it looks like she's not going to be able to rent her Airbnb out until after an investigation. And I'm telling you, what Molly did to this woman violated this woman's rights to a point that Molly needs to get a lawyer and really take care of herself for the next while. Well, when somebody gets banned, they do have all their subs removed. Yes. Oh, yeah. Laura is showing Molly that Laura has been there for Molly's subs the whole time. And now she's going to try to jump in there and wave that flag like, hey, guys, Molly's a truth teller and I love her. And she was mass flagged. And, oh, no, make sure you sub to my channel and you can give me money until Molly comes back. Yeah, this is Molly's Airbnb listing right now. What will happen to Molly due to Airbnb? Let me go into that, okay? Because I haven't covered that yet. I'm just disgusted at these people. They're just straight pathological liars. The people that watch them and believe the things they say and do deserve to be conned by these people. They deserve to be conned. You can lead a skeptic to the truth, but you can't make them think. You can show somebody the facts, show them the evidence. They're still going to believe in unicorns flying above their house, protecting them from the goblins. I don't know. But let's talk about let's restart here. Let me give you an actual stream for a second. And then I'm getting off here. I got to be at church here in a few hours. And then I got to go to bed early because I've got to fast tonight. I can't eat or drink after dinner because I have a ultrasound in the morning to see what's going on with my back. So anyway. If you want to support me, I don't even think I've mentioned it yet today. It's paypal.me/UniRock, _UniRock on Cash App, or _UniRachel on Cash App. It's pinned to the top of the chat, and I just put it in the bottom of the chat. Let me throw it in there again. Make sure you're liked and subscribed to this video. Downvote me if you don't like me, and go over to UNIROCK2 and make sure you're subbed there with the bell on both channels, because UNIROCK2 is where the videos will go. And starting tomorrow, I will stream, but I'll stream shorter. Most of my focus will be put onto video editing starting tomorrow. Yep, it's on my liver, and I think one of my kidneys, or not both of them, yeah. I want to make sure that the pain that I'm feeling in my back isn't coming from my liver or kidneys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Okay. So, as you know, Molly lost her YouTube channel. Since I reported this yesterday, recording everything that was happening in real time, proving what really happened with video recording it, proving Molly lost her channel by taking her Airbnb tenant and asking her to look at her license. She said, "Pony up your license," is what Molly said. I have the video clip. The woman said, "Yes, I'm telling the truth. Here it is." And she took a picture. The woman said, "No, don't take the picture of my license. Delete that. Stop it." Molly then, sometime later, being angry at the woman after illegally broadcasting this woman walking around in just a t-shirt in what she thought was her home that she was renting, which is illegal, Molly put the woman's driver's license on the screen for a good minute and then took it down. She wanted her subs who were trying to dox and stalk and harass the woman to know who the woman was so they could find the woman. And I did prove that too, because I showed what her subs were saying about wanting Molly to record her, to put her on the screen, and to leave the stream running so they could spy on the woman. Now, I showed this in my stream, and I was shocked when Molly got banned in real time during my stream after doing the license thing. And I have timestamped yesterday's stream to help you if you want to go back and see what happened for yourself. I've timestamped the parts that you should watch, but you probably should watch, a little more, and you should skip through and not just look at what I timestamped. So, since yesterday until today, I've been receiving threats. I've put some of them into my Discord. I pinned one to the top of yesterday's video. And I have been receiving stalking and cyber stalking and all that, just like you'd think. Just so, because, some YouTubers out there think I need to come out and tell you about all of this and show you all of this or something. For some reason, even though we know Molly does it, I don't get why I need to show it, but I save it all. Oh, I turn it into authorities. I collect all of it, archive all of it, give it all to my lawyer, and I have my lawyer do the appropriate thing with it. So, I believe prayers work too. I really do. Okay, so where are we at? So today, there are two lasting things that have happened. One other thing I need to tell you. For some reason, Cutie Laura decided that she would break the rules of her YouTube partnership and her YouTube channel, just like Molly did, and have a ban evading Molly come on her channel and lie to everybody about everything that happened. And she did. We just looked at it. Now, Heels in the Air uploaded a great video showing how much of a complete pathological liar Laura is, too. You should check out Heels' video. Another consequence Molly has other than YouTube is her Airbnb page is down. Let me check everything else I got. Her Airbnb page is down. Why does this matter? Well, her Airbnb page got yanked down right around the time that her YouTube channels both got taken down. Molly violated the rules to such an extreme degree. It wasn't even just Molly's main channel that went down. They took down both of Molly's channels, and Molly's been permabanned from YouTube. Also, Airbnb has taken down Molly's listing pending an investigation. But here's the weird thing. Airbnb, now when you go to Molly's listing, instead of it saying that the listing you're looking for is suspended or something pending investigation, it's changed to say that an error code 410, which is that this listing is gone. So personally, is breaking. Yes, absolutely. ZZ Unfiltered. You can. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt. Other people have gotten strikes or lost their channels for hosting permabanned YouTubers, just like Laura did. Laura's going to get away with it if nobody reports her to Team YouTube, and Laura will get in trouble if somebody reports her. It's just how it works. So, and again, it's not mass flagging for me to say that. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not influencing you to do anything. I'm speaking the literal facts to you. Okay? So anyway, I can only give you my opinion on Airbnb because we haven't seen this happen before. But I can give you my opinion. I can also tell you some details about what's happened so that I can go offline and get ready for church here. Okay. Airbnb never does this. You have to do something hella crazy to get your listing pulled because they make good money from Molly's listing. Molly's listing has people in her home other than that woman there. Okay? So this would make me think that Airbnb probably told them that they needed to leave Molly's listing and find another place pending this investigation. Personally, I think that Molly's investigation has already determined that she broke the TOS to such an extreme degree that they have fully pulled the listing. That's my opinion because I don't have facts to back that up other than the original thing said that it was being investigated. Now it's been completely removed. That's where I'm getting that from, okay? Very true, Ice Queen, yes. So here's the thing though. What Molly did was akin to your landlord putting a microphone and a video camera into your apartment. Now, I don't know what you think you'd do if you found out that you were renting a space and the landlord came in and snuck a microphone and a camera in there. I don't know what you would do, but I think I know what I'd do, and I think I know that that landlord would be thrown in jail. Okay? You cannot do this to someone. The common areas of the Airbnb and the bedrooms are not able to be recorded by the landlord, for God's sakes. Now, the people that live there, because they live there, can choose to walk around maybe with their phone or broadcast a live stream or something, but Molly can't. Now, also, we all saw what Molly did. If you want to see it, you can go watch my stream from yesterday. She slowly, over a period of 20-minute gaps, moved her camera to show that woman walking around in just a t-shirt. Annie's in a t-shirt. Now, the t-shirt covered her ass, but she was still pantsless. Thinking there's no way that my landlord would broadcast me to thousands of people on YouTube without my clothes on, because it's illegal. So the woman never thought it was even possible. The woman told Molly in the video she did not want to be broadcasted on YouTube. Do not put her on YouTube. Do not broadcast her. And of course, the woman's going to think Molly's going to comply, because she's going to think Molly's not going to want to break the law or break the rules. Fact. Now, what do I think is going to happen? I have been told a few things. I don't know if they're true. I'm not making the claim. I'll tell you what I've been told. Take it with a grain of salt. And then I'll tell you what I believe is going to happen. So I've been told that the woman has been contacted by Good Samaritans in the community. They have helped her work with a detective already. The woman is working with a detective. She's already called the police. She's already done that. I'm not saying it's true. I'm telling you this is what people are saying. I've heard this multiple places, not just in one or two places. I've heard that people help that woman have a place to stay, and while that woman is filing with Airbnb and filing with the police and possibly pursuing a lawsuit. So let me give you some things I was told about this woman. Number one, she's not a dummy. She's not going to let people do this stuff to her. She's not a dummy, and she will defend herself and protect herself. That's what I was told about this woman. I've also been told that Molly responded saying about everything that was going on that she has to go and not pay much attention to the internet and get ready for court. That was on her Patreon. Maybe the court statement from Molly was over something else happening, right? You feel me? But if any of you put yourself into that woman's shoes, you are renting an apartment, or you're renting a room, or you're in a hotel. The landlord goes and turns on a live stream and then goes over and acts like they're doing their hair so that they can move the camera to show you walking around half naked. Yeah, there's some definite legal issues there. And this is what I was saying yesterday. Molly should have listened to us. I gave Molly advice throughout every bit of my content that I've done. I gave her advice on how not to be banned, how not to get in trouble, how to appease her subscribers the right way, how to be able to make content without breaking the rules, without tragedy pimping. And again, you'll say, why wouldn't Molly, with 80-some thousand, 90-some thousand subs, just start making normal content now that she's got all those subs? Because once you clickbait and once you perform a scam to get views on your channel, you will never get views by doing normal content. When you do normal content as a YouTuber, years and years are spent figuring out what it is that you can do when you upload a video or live stream so that people will watch you. And you never consider the lying or the scamming or the breaking of the rules, because you can't do that. You don't want your channel to go down, right? But on top of that, every time that you cheat YouTube, you are cheating yourself from getting better at YouTube. This is why people like Laura, the Potato Heads, Molly, the Tragedy Pimps, don't even know what they're doing. They can't fathom bringing normal content to everybody. They've tried. Molly has tried in the past to do the right thing, and she couldn't even break 1,000 views back when she had like 40, 50,000 subs. Right? Are you following me? That's what makes them look so ridiculous, saying that me covering Molly and or in the last story I covered saying I'm never going to have views on anything else. I wasn't even making good views in that last story, you know? In the end, with Airbnb, let's hope this woman does protect her rights. She had several crimes committed against her. She had someone violate herself in a way that will never be deleted. Those streams are always going to be saved on people's computers. Her walking around in her just a t-shirt, being broadcasted like Molly did to her, is forever going to be on the internet somewhere. It's never going to go away. That woman was robbed of her privacy and of her chance to make the choice of whether she wanted to put herself on the internet or not in that way. So at the end of the whole thing, yeah, it's just, we expected them to lie. We expected them to play this game, but, you know, what do you do? Of course, if they were good people, they would act like good people right now. Molly would have went on Laura's channel and apologized, told the truth, let everybody know that she wasn't going to blame the commentators out there because it's hypocritical. Molly and the Tragedy Pimps are people that commentate on public events. They claim that they have a right to commentate on those public events. So why are you so mad that I commentate on the public things that you do? I thought I had a right to. I thought we were supposed to have a right to be able to talk. I thought you wanted to be a bigger YouTuber. You want to be a bigger YouTuber? You just don't want other people to be able to talk about you? Huh. Very interesting. Very interesting. Molly now gets brought down to reality. She's not going to have this big YouTube channel and feel like this big celebrity and all untouchable. She's going to realize she's just a normal person. And everyone that she's hurt now can sue her and can go and file reports where she's doxxed and harassed and taken away their privacy and stalked them and cyber stalked them and finally get some damn justice on this. And we can start talking about the other tragedy pimps we've been talking about and introduce you to some new ones, and to also introduce you to some scams that are going on out there that I think everybody needs to be paying attention to. Let me pull up my live chat for a minute and then I'm out. Molly needs to count her chickens. She needs to count her chickens, and she needs to appreciate every chicken she's got left, okay? Not counting them before they hatched. She needs to count them before they fly away, and she needs to appreciate them until they do. I don't either. I think Molly is going to play the woe is me card. She already did. Molly didn't even wait a day to go on a panel and play the woe is me, I'm a victim card. It just didn't work. Everyone's mad at her. Her own subscribers are mad at her. And I think Molly woke up to one thing. She woke up to the fact that those subscribers were not there for her. She's realized they're not there for you, Molly. They were only there because they thought you were a big YouTube celebrity. They are fleeing Molly faster now that she doesn't have a channel. Now that she's not going to get... She told them she's not even going to try to get her channel back. Her subs are fleeing her channel faster than House of Williams ran from Molly back when all that happened, right? I'll get you a link to my Discord next time I go live, okay? I just don't feel like grabbing it right now. There probably is a link to my Discord in the About section, but it's probably expired because they only last for like X amount of days, but I'll get you a new one next time. Thank you, Hope. I'm doing way better. I took a couple days off last week because my back was killing me, and I feel way better now, so. Exactly. It's word salad. She knows that she can't get her channel back. She knows that she doesn't have the option to appeal what happened because YouTube is determined that what she did as a landlord goes beyond the rules of YouTube. Like, they've seen an obvious crime perpetrated using their platform. YouTube has said, we have been opened up to legal responsibility because of what this landlord has done. And YouTube has said, no, we are banning her so that we don't involve and we don't end up getting sued right next to Airbnb and Molly. Yeah. Yeah, I'll hook you up, Chris. Just come into the next stream. I'll give everybody the Discord link. Could she make a YouTube in her husband's name? She could, but she's not allowed to appear on YouTube. She is banned from YouTube. So she could own a YouTube channel theoretically, but it'd be dangerous for her to have one because she would risk it being banned at any time. This is why there's no good option for Molly. She's gone too far, right? If she does build a channel up for a year and gets it up to 10,000 subs and she's doing okay, it could be taken away at any second. Even if she just put it in her name and didn't show her face and called herself, you know, Bolly is highly, you know, or something, and people were like, oh, that's Molly. Okay. The minute YouTube finds out, she's gone. And it's just going to be a waste of all of her time and effort, right? Oh, I bet Walter is ready to never talk to Molly again. I bet Walter's telling Molly, get the hell out, get out of here, I'm done with you. I don't know why. Well, I mean, maybe he loves her, and maybe I mean, I can kind of understand, I guess. I mean, we've all been in bad relationships and stuff, but you know, how do you even go around such a mean, nasty, selfish woman? She sits there and talks about Dre. Dre wasn't sitting there doing what she was doing at that party. Dre is sitting home with her kids. Molly is out doing this stuff at this party. You know what I'm saying? And people actually listened to Molly talk about Dre. They listened to a woman who had no idea what she was talking about. It's just sickening. It's all of this is just sick. You know, seeing Walter's previous behaviors, he's probably pampering her right now. It's going to be okay, dear. It's okay, dear. You can record and dox and broadcast our tenants wherever you want, dear. Oh no, they're not real people, dear. You're a celebrity. You're a goddess. They're just pigs. They're nothing. You're better than them, dear. Yes, you should be able to broadcast anybody, anywhere, from their own home, from their own bathroom, from their own bedroom, from their own kitchen. Who cares if they're dressed, dear? You contain that power, honey. I'm sure that's what he's saying. Well, it doesn't have to be in Molly's name. Molly's very confused. Molly makes money. It doesn't have to be in Molly's name. I'm telling you right now, there are a lot of criminals and a lot of people that go out and do that kind of stuff. None of them succeed. None of them succeed. That's just something Molly used to say to try to dissuade people from actually suing her for what she was doing, because she knew she could be sued and she had to say things to make them not want to sue, to protect herself. That doesn't work in the real world. Oh, you know, her parrots are to blame for this, but do you want to know the sick thing about her parrots? You want to know the really sick thing about her parrots? They don't care about her. All those people with wrenches in Molly's chat, they already have another YouTuber sitting in the background that they do the same thing with. Trust me. The one thing that her enablers did when they came into my chat on their sock accounts and talked all that shit and tried to dox and everything in my chat was give me a lot to work with. I'm an archiver. I let you post whatever you want to post. And then I go through it and decide whether I need it or whether I want to save it or whether I want to talk about it. That's all I do. I do that to protect myself. I allow you to make the choice of what you're going to post. I want you to decide whether you're going to post it or not, whether you're going to make it public or not. You get me? All right, y'all. Consider supporting me on PayPal at paypal.me/Unirock or on Cash App at $Unirock or $Unirachel. Links in the chat. Also, if you'd like, you can support me by hitting the like or dislike button, and you can support me by subscribing to my main channel, even though it's not my main channel, UNIROCK2, where my main content goes. And you can click the bell so that you're notified of uploads and streams. Make sure, if you want to support me, the main thing you do is to click my uploads, click my live streams. You already know about all that, right? Because now that this has all happened, we need to get some videos done, y'all. We got a lot to do. Thank you, Gramsy. Appreciate you. Yeah. Let me throw you a link to my main channel here in the chat. Let me just pull her up real quick. Right here, UNIROCK2. Let me throw it in the chat for you. You can find it easily by searching UNIROCK2 on YouTube right here. And yeah, take a look at some of our stuff. I suggest best of commentary and response if you want to get a feel for my commentary content. And thank you for watching Ambiguous Darkness. Really appreciate you. Weren't you on the hit list? I swear your name was on that hit list. I swear it was. Some people prefer darkness and evil. That's exactly what we are facing. They thank you for subscribing. That's exactly what we're facing. We're facing here on the internet and in our lives evil around every corner. Some people desire to make what they put out and what they support the most evil and the most nasty thing possible, the most hypocritical, the most false, because they don't care. They're just not good people, and not good people will, bad people will support other bad people. It's just a fact. See you tomorrow. Thank y'all. I appreciate you very much. You rock. I'm Audi 5000G. Peace. Molly, I still have one really good piece of advice for you. Get help. Get right.